fellow fans of Hollow Knight, what an exciting time to be a gamer. Maybe less so to be a Silksong believer, but at least we're not leaving Summer Game Fest empty-handed. Today I want to cover what we know about Silksong's release date, first the facts and then the feelings, and then we're going to move on to my thoughts on the community being used to amplify other announcements. Oh, and I wasn't sure where it was appropriate to put this, but today Team Cherry did update the Silksong website with the PS4 and Switch 2 logos. So that's cool. Now let's get out of this ridiculous costume because I am overheating. Yay! Let's go over the facts. Number 1, during Nintendo's Switch 2 Direct, it was indeed confirmed that Silksong would be releasing this year. And I know what you're gonna say. Even though Xbox did in the past communicate a release date that did turn out to be not so accurate, that release window was later done by tweet. It wasn't in the Direct itself, and it wasn't corroborated by anyone representing Team Cherry. The difference with the Nintendo communicated window is that Leth did retweet one of the Nintendo tweets saying that it would be out this year, so that's good enough for me. It's got his seal of approval. Fact number 2, the new ROG Xbox Ally X, that's a lot of X's, is releasing this year, and to be more specific, Xbox have said holiday 2025. Remember, this is fact time, so I'm not going to go into detail about whether this could mean ahead of the holiday season or during the holiday season, or whether it includes Thanksgiving, because Xbox is a US-based company, but Lath did later confirm that holidays does mean the Christmas period, but it's kind of irrelevant given the next fact. Fact number 3, Silksong will be playable on the handheld device on day 1 when it releases. But that doesn't mean that Silksong's release date has to be the same as the handheld's release date. Now, I had a lot of people in my stream when it came on questioning this, but my neurodivergent brain just reads everything very, very literally, so that is exactly what I was saying to everyone during the Xbox showcase and had to keep saying. And good news, Leth did also confirm later that Silksong's release date wasn't tied to any console whatsoever. And you know what? I'm going to take that as a win, because usually my brain takes things very literally and I'm wrong. And I read it wrong because no normal human reads it the same way as me. But this time, I will take the win. Fact number 4, Silksong will be playable at Acme's Game Worlds exhibition in Australia starting on the 18th of September. 5, playable games at Game Worlds have already been confirmed by Acme themselves to be either full release builds, demos, or custom builds. 6, Team Cherry are still planning to ask their Kickstarter backers what platform they would like a key for Silksong on. And as far as I know, that hasn't happened yet. 7, and interesting fact that you might not actually already know, despite the ROG Xbox Ally X, the handheld reveal, being covered in Silksong, Silksong isn't actually mentioned once in the official press release for the handheld on their press center. Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, Gears of War Reloaded, and Roblox are though. It's really weird, because you go into like the media, and obviously it's got all the Silksong stuff there, but you go to the actual write-up, no Silksong. Fact number 8, and a few of you are not gonna like this, but I can't put it any other way. Us getting new footage from the game and it being confirmed that Silksong is a Play Anywhere Day 1 title for this new handheld both fall under Silksong related news. It is news. It's news any way you look at it. We even got a little bit of release date news, even if it was just confirmation of what we were already thinking. No amount of, oh, we didn't get anything, we didn't get any news, makes that actually factual. Again, I read into everything in a very, literal way, so I know that people are probably just joking, but we did get news, and that's something to be celebrated. Before you get mad at me, please wait for number 1 of the feelings section, so let's move on to theories, speculation, and theories. Number 1, it is absolutely valid to be disappointed that we didn't get the news that you were hoping for. It's valid to be disappointed about the lack of communication from Team Cherry. You have every right to be disappointed, sad, even angry, so long as it's in a healthy way. I'm happy with every new little breadcrumb that we get, big or small, but I need you to understand that this isn't me saying that you have to be. This isn't like a you should just be happy with what you're given situation. Some of us will naturally find it easier to deal with, and yeah, it does suck, but hey, new footage to analyze. The only wrong way to deal with all of this is to harass Team Cherry or Leth or abuse other fans. including creators. 2. Apparently Leth also said that the E3 demo was outdated and that they wouldn't be making a new demo specifically for Acme. I don't know, I wasn't there for that, I think it was in someone's stream, and if that's true, that would imply that they'd be giving them the full release build, at least to me. Personally, I think it would be, and I keep saying this, a recipe for disaster for them to make Silksong playable first at a limited time museum exhibition that is likely not set up to be able to handle these very long queues of rabid fans who probably don't want to get kicked off playing at any point. That's literally why they make demos for those big gaming events. It's just so that they have this like natural cut-off point for the fans playing. Also, others who live in Australia and they've visited Acme for themselves have claimed that Acme doesn't typically showcase unreleased games, so I continue to believe myself that Silksong will be playable by the general public before September 18th. 3. When Xbox wanted to announce that Silksong was coming day one to Game Pass, they got a trailer for their Summer Game Showcase. When Nintendo wanted to announce it was coming to the Switch 2, they got a little bit of footage for the Switch 2 Direct. And when Xbox wanted to show it off as a Play Anywhere title that you can play on their new handheld, they got a little bit more footage and they got to reduce that release date window down a tiny bit. So that does indicate that Team Cherry do seem to be giving out these breadcrumbs to their platform partners when those platform partners have something platform specific to announce. Like, the only outlier that I need to keep reminding everyone of is that Nintendo got the Silksong demo at their E3 booth and they had the Nintendo Treehouse stream without another announcement. But I still believe that that was likely because it would have been the cheapest way to get their demo to E3. E3 was really expensive. And it's that last part with the demo that previously made me reluctant to believe that platform partners only got Silksong news to share when they're announcing something else, because that's not been the case so far. But I can definitely understand fans who believe that they're saving all the big stuff and the big announcements for their own channels. Like, I'm still exactly where I was before, and if you need a reminder, it could be in an organised presentation. It could also be a trailer uploaded to their YouTube on any random day, a random blog post. I will take anything. So, as I said in the beginning, I do also want to spend some time speaking about how Silksong is being used to bring attention to other announcements. And perhaps an unpopular opinion, but I actually don't mind Team Cherry's platform partners bringing up Silksong so long as they also give us something new. Game Pass announcement, new trailer. Switch 2 Direct, some new footage and a release window. Xbox handheld, more new footage and a smaller release window. Team Cherry would have directly provided all of the footage that's been shared this year, so I can't be angry at Nintendo or Xbox for not giving us more. And I don't mean that in a defend the billionaire companies kind of way, I mean it in a it would literally just be a waste of my time and energy. They get what they're given, you know? Like, yeah, they have offered those new things alongside their own announcements, likely knowing that it would get attention, but it really is starting to seem like we only get these little breadcrumbs from platform partners when they do have something noteworthy to announce alongside it. Like, I can't get annoyed at the other thing being announced when that might be the only way we would have got any of this news at all. Again, not talking about whether or not the news is, you know, what you were after or what you were hoping for, whether it's enough, that's a different conversation. The real issue here is, and always has been, the lack of direct communication from Team Cherry. But just like with their platform partners, like, I can't make anything happen, so I can just share my disappointment and try my best to not waste any more energy being frustrated. And to be clear, I would love more blog posts, like development-focused AMAs and filler content, not more trailers or a demo release. They've said multiple times that they want to keep a lot of things secret for Silksong so that players can discover it themselves, which I can respect. I just want the other kind of information shared. However, to be clear, what Jeff keeps doing is not the same as Nintendo and Xbox. Actually, tell a lie, Xbox have poked fun at us a few times on social media, but at least they occasionally have something of value to share with us. Jeff is quite literally using us for attention, making jokes in poor taste. Everyone is accusing the others of doing this all the time, but no, it's actually Jeff and his shows. It feels like he's silk posting from outside the club. Corporate silk posting. And yes, again, I am very aware that that I am biased, it's just that I see him as this capitalistic empty vessel, devoid of personality, who gets on stage, doesn't really believe anything that he's saying, doesn't care for the gaming community's best interest, or devs for that matter, and just exists to monopolize the big industry events, giving himself the starring roles because he loves the clout that comes with it. If you stand for nothing, Jeff, what are you fool for? But hey, I guess it is at least better than having some loud political guy that panders entirely to the anti-woke dummies. In the same vein, like, they definitely would never have someone like me on stage. Imagine me having to introduce Randy Pitchford, for example. So next up on stage, we have the guy who left a USB stick with confidential information and suspected child pornography in a medieval-themed restaurant. Don't worry though, he says it wasn't a child, and that he just thinks squirting is magical. Okay, but if I don't stop rambling, I might never stop rambling, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one!